गुड आफ्टरनून स्टूडेंट्स। पिछले ई कंटेंट में हमने आपके पेपर सेकंड बायो ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री के अंदर ये एंजाइम्स वाला टॉपिक स्टार्ट कर रखा था। उसमें वी हैव डिस्कस्ड द एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड प्योरिफिकेशन ऑफ एंजाइम्स, फिशर्स लॉक एंड की and Coastland's induced fit hypothesis method, concept and identification of active sites by the use of inhibitors। तो ये टॉपिक्स हमने पिछले ई कंटेंट के अंदर डिस्कस किए हैं। टुडे वी विल स्टार्ट और वी विल कंटिन्यू द सेम यूनिट and the same topic progressively. So today's topic is affinity labeling and enzyme modification by site directed mutagens. So affinity labeling means how this method can be determined and how it can be amplified to this enzyme system. So what do you mean by affinity labeling and enzyme modification by site directed mutagenesis? This method and its variants have been introduced for labeling studies. A hold generator promise for future due to their versatility. Affinity labeling can applied to catalytic or regularity and antibody active sites, as it does not depend having a uniquely active group within this site. So affinity labeling can be diagrammatically represented as shown by the following figure. So we take the enzyme whose active site plus labeling agent, so it will give rise to an intermediate position, means activated complex is formed first and then it converts into product. So this diagram represents affiliating labeling. In this diagram, C is conformed. The irreversible product L is produced by reaction between functional group X of the labeling reagent and Y of active site. In this method, labeling reagent first combines specifically and reversibly with the site to form complex C by virtue of a suitably small and reactive group X on the reagent. It can then reacts with one or more amino acids residue Y in the sites to form irreversible covalent bond. Formation of irreversible complex increases the local concentration of the labeling reagent in the site as compared to that in concentration in free solution. That reaction with the group Y in the site is markedly favored over reaction with any similar group Y outside the site. The group Y need not to be an unusually reactive residue of its kind for this to occur. One thing important to mention is that group X of the reagent should be small so as to be encompassed within the active sites of enzyme. So during affinity enzymes, labeling enzymes, modification related chemical principles are apparently involved as shown in this. For example, we can see L-glutamine A to formyl glycinamide ribonucleotide to form formally glycinamide nucleotide and glutamic acid. Huchan and his co-workers found that this enzyme was specifically and irreversibly inhibited by the glutamine antagonist orthodiazocetyl L-serine or by 6-azo-5-oxo-L-norleucine C, but not by their D-analogous or by the closely similar compounds 5-diazo-4-oxo-L-norvaline D. So these you can see in this diagram. So another important example of the use of affinity labeling scheme first is the reaction of chymotyrosine with the chloromethyl ketone derived from antosyl L-phenylalanine TPCK, and here this chloromethyl ketone is the group X, which is attached to the substrate like antosyl phenylalanine residue. The specific mechanism as depicted in the generate example 3.13 was followed since the native enzyme was modified to the extent of 1 mole per mole of protein but was not modified in presence of 8-am-urea. In other words, an initial reversible binding to active site of a native enzyme was implicated. The labeling enzyme was completely inactivated as shown by the product B. So trypsin having a different substrate specificity was not effective by TPCK as shown by TLCK as in scheme first of C. So now we can discuss the kinetics of enzyme action. Enzyme kinetics can be stated in two parts. Number 1, energy of activation, and number 2, steady state enzyme kinetics. So you can discuss what is energy of activation. Simply, energy of activation is denoted by EA. It is the minimum energy required to complete the reactants, to convert reactant into products. Enzyme catalyzes the rate of reaction through the alternate pathway, incorporating low energy of activation, and thus make the energy generally occurring under drastic condition possible at normal physiological temperature. Energy of activation is the energy required to reach the reactants to transition state at which new bonds are partially formed and the old bonds are partially broken, and is the state of highest energy during the course of reaction. Therefore, it is highly unstable and breaks down to give the lower energy products. Out of all the molecules of reactants, only a small fraction contains enough energy to react, that is the threshold energy. Increase in temperature make more molecules to require energy equivalent to threshold energy as shown in figure 3.14. But in living system, the limitation is that the reaction takes place under almost isothermal conditions, as there is very little temperature variation. In fact, enzymes help in the formation of enzyme substrate complex by the activating the reactant molecule. Enzyme substrate complex has higher energy, makes the reactant with strained bonds. Therefore, they react at faster rate. In addition, in enzyme substrate complex, reactant molecules are so oriented that their reactions becomes a certainty and not a matter of chance. That is why reaction rate becomes thousands of times faster. So in figure 3.14, the number of molecules with certain definite amount of energy versus kinetic energy is shown in the diagram. As the kinetic energy increases, the number of molecules with certain amount of energy also increases, and then this type of graph is formed. Alternately, it may be said that in presence of enzyme, energy of activation to reach transition state is lowered as shown in figure 3.15. However, all over free energy change under standard conditions of temperature and pressure, delta G0 of reaction remains unaltered. The enzyme catalyze both forward as well as backward reaction of equilibrium to the same extent. Since delta G0 is not changed, equilibrium constant also remains unchanged, but equilibrium is achieved quickly. Proportion of reactants and products of catalyzed as well as uncatalyzed reactions also remains same. Second part is steady state enzyme kinetics. This theory proposed by Michaelis and Mentin in 1913 is based upon the following assumptions. First, the enzyme substrate complex ES is in equilibrium with the enzyme and substrate, means E plus S give rise to ES, where E is the enzyme and S is the substrate. Secondly, product formation is possible only through enzyme substrate complex, means the product formed in the step first, ES, it give rise to product plus E. Based on the assumptions, Michaelis-Mentin equation can be derived as given below. Let us consider formation of enzyme substrate complex ES. So E plus S give rise to ES, and differentiation d by dt ES give rise to K1, concentration of enzyme into concentration of substrate, as shown by equation first. It is clear from assumption first and second that the clear equilibrium is not achieved in the fast process, as enzyme substrate complex ES is constantly being removed in the slow process. Concentration of enzyme is very much less than the concentration of substrate. Therefore, E is very less than the concentration of enzyme is very less than the concentration of substrate. Hence, ES concentration of enzyme substrate complex is very less than as substrate concentration. The rate of reaction is given as rate is equal to ds by dt is equal to plus dp by dt, means K2 ES. Using steady state approximation for the formation of ES, d by dt of ES concentration is equal to K1 ES minus K minus 1 ES minus K2 ES is equal to 0. This equation is third. Concentration of free enzyme is not measurable in living process, but the total enzyme concentration E0 is measurable and can be given by equation 4. That is, E0 is equal to concentration of enzyme plus concentration of ES. Here ES is bound enzyme concentration. Therefore, concentration of E can be given as E is equal to E0 minus ES. Putting this value in equation third, we get d by dt of enzyme substrate concentration is equal to K1 E0 minus ES multiplied by substrate concentration minus K minus 1 ES and K2 minus K2 ES is equal to 0. So, on simplifying the above equation, the concentration of enzyme substrate is equal to K1 E0 multiplied by concentration of substrate divided by K minus 1 plus K2 plus K1 into S. So, putting the value of ES in equation 2, we can take R is equal to K1 K2 concentration of enzyme E0 into multiplied by concentration of substrate divided by K minus 1 plus K2 plus K1 into S. This is equation 9. So, solving this equation or simplifying this equation, R is equal to K2 E0 into S divided by Km plus S, where Km is the Michaelis constant and equation 10 is known as Michaelis-Mentin equation. So, Km is equal to K minus 1 plus K2 upon K1. So, Km is equal to rate of breakdown of ES upon rate of formation of ES. So, Michaelis-Mentin and Lineweaver-Burke plots V or V max represent maximum velocity of enzyme reaction, whereas Michelson constant या Michaelis constant Km is the substrate concentration at which enzyme demonstrate 50% of its maximum velocity. Michaelis Menten equation shows the rate R is equal to K2 E0 S upon Km plus S. So Rm is equal to V max is equal to K2 E0 into S. So Michaelis Menten equation 11 can be written as R is equal to V max S upon Km plus substrate S. So there are two cases. When Km is very greater than S, then R is equal to Vms upon Km, that is K dash into S. This is the first order reaction. And secondly, if concentration of substrate is very greater than Km, then Km can be neglected from the denominator and we take R is equal to V max into concentration of substrate, and this is equal to constant. This reaction rate follows zero order kinetics, and we can represent if Km is equal to S and R is equal to V max by 2, then as already stated, Michaelis constant is equal to the concentration of S at which the rate of formation of product is half of the maximum rate. K2 of equation 12 is known as turnover number of enzymes. It is the number of molecules converted in unit time by one molecule of enzyme. Its value is in between 100 to 1000 per second. However, sometimes it may be as large as 10 raised to power to 10 raised to power 6 per second. So, Michelson-Menten plot for the kinetics of enzyme catalyzed reaction is shown in figure 3.16. So, rate versus substrate concentration, this parabolic type graph as shown in the diagram 3.16. So, linear Burke plot and Eadis-Hofstee plot. So, R is equal to V maximum velocity into substrate upon Km plus S. This equation is 16. Taking reciprocal of both the sides and rearranging, we can take 1 upon R is equal to Km upon Vm into S plus substrate upon Vm into S, V max into S. 1 upon R is equal to Km upon Vm into V max S plus 1 upon V max. So Lineweaver-Burke equation, a plot of 1 upon R against 1 upon S dash, that is Lineweaver-Burke plot is given as follows. Is given in figure 3.17. So 1 upon R versus 1 upon S, then a straight line is formed. Slope of this is K dash M upon V dash, V max. So this Eadis-Hofstee equation and plots rearranges Michaelis-Menten equation Rs V max upon Km or R is equal to R upon Km. This is shown by the graph Rs and R. So slope is equal to 1 upon Km. Means we can say the value of Michaelis constant have been found to be inversely proportional to enzyme activity. So today we have discussed the major topic, kinetics of enzymes. So today we discussed only this, and in the next e-content we will discuss reversible and irreversible inhibitions. Thank you all of you.